I mean, this film I'm very excited to see, first of all, and I think that the biggest thing that we sort of need is just diversity representation. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways to be ace, and while there's been some really cool characters again, like Data and like Sheldon and like Todd, they're kind of all falling in a very specific category of what asexuality looks like, and I think it's been helpful to get a lot of people to sort of discover that about themselves. But it's equally a turnoff for a lot of people that might be ace and be like, okay, well, I don't look like this person, or I'm not the sort of golden ace star of what being ace looks like. And that's really frustrating, kind of become a conflict, like, okay, I do this, but yet everyone else says that ace is this, when it's really this really wide sense of what that actually means for a lot of different people.
The benefit is definitely that it will normalize asexuality, which we desperately need, because, you know, it's not part of sex education in schools, and you don't see any asexual characters on TV and movies, so how are people supposed to even know about it?
To let people know it exists. I'm on a few Facebook ace groups, and obviously that's where I found this, and I see so many people coming in there just being like, I had no idea until I heard about it today. So the fact that there's more media, even if it's short films or documentaries or whatever, as long as they can get in front of people can have that aha moment, you know? This is me, this sounds right, this tracks, you know? So the more there is out there, the more chances that people have to have that aha moment.
Kids will know much sooner if they fall on the asexual spectrum when it is not presented as an option at all in society or in sexual health classes. You spend so much time, energy, years just being in turmoil, being like, why am I not experiencing life, you know, in the way that a lot of these other people are, and am I missing out by not participating in this, and is there something wrong with me because I don't want to be a part of this? And if it was represented in media, kids would know that it's okay, there's nothing wrong with you, you're not broken, it's completely normal, and that it is an option to just be. And the most important thing is that you just be yourself, no matter what that looks like.
Growing up, I would like watch a lot of cartoons, TV, and then I went on to binge watching like Netflix and Hulu. So if I saw more ace representation, it would have really connected with me and stuck with me, and I could have potentially learned about my identity before I did.
I think that it can change people's lives. I know that if I'd seen an ace character growing up, or even like, you know, as a teen or like an adult, like it would have made so much of a difference in my life. I feel like I would have felt more seen, because it's really hard to feel seen as an ace person.
I think when you like exist in a dominant identity, it's like really easy to take for granted how the world is like constantly validating you. And in like the same vein, it's like really easy for you to overlook how that same world is constantly invalidating other people. And, you know, movies like Tracy, like are part of this effort of like creating a world that is going to validate people that have existed for too long, feeling like they were invalid, like me.
It would really help educate people to basically just be more respectful and know how to approach people and to not judge people. They could just basically understand, okay, I understand, I have this idea and I don't relate to it, but I understand it. So I think that's would really help people, and then you would have less reactions like, what's wrong with you? And more reactions of, oh, okay. That would be better than, you know, all the questions of, but why? Or what happened to you? Like nothing happened.
With more media content, there is a greater possibility that more people are going to understand, and perhaps stigma can go down, fingers crossed. But also just in this movement of LGBTQ as a whole, it's like, all right, the LGB has gotten a lot of attention recently. And so everything after that, it's like, okay, yeah, you exist. We need to not just exist, we need to be seen.
I think that being able to see more ace characters gives you more of a variety of people and role models you can look at. So even if you don't relate with the specific ace characters that have been shown before, maybe this is one that is able to speak to you in a different way. And when you have only a little bit of representation, you get kind of put in a corner.
In media, we need to showcase that asexual people have different experiences. And like, while it's wonderful that we have Todd from BoJack Horseman, I'm very different from Todd. I'm a very different person. That was the first time that I felt seen and that I didn't feel isolated and that I felt included in a conversation about media. And that's important because I know that there are other people like me who need and want to see themselves, and we're just waiting to make some amazing ace characters to put out there.
Listen, I think there's a lot of self-inflicted trauma that comes with being someone in the world that wants to fit themselves into a box that doesn't, or that isn't made for them. I can't even, I can only imagine the world I might have lived in, or like what my life would have looked like if I had even just known the word asexual when I was a kid. And I can't even fathom the world I would have lived in, or like my life in that world, if I had seen characters in media and TV and film and advertisements that reflected my own feelings about sexuality. That would have just been world-shattering.
You can support our short film about asexuality by contributing to our crowdfunding campaign through the link in our bio. Thank you.